Japan was working closely with Jordan on Friday to find out what was happening to a Japanese journalist held by Islamic State militants after a deadline passed for the release of an Iraqi would-be suicide bomber on death row in Jordan. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe said every effort was being made to secure the release of journalist Kenji Goto. "We are gathering and analyzing information while asking for cooperation from Jordan and other countries, making every effort to free Kenji Goto," Abe told the parliamentary panel. Jordan said on Thursday it was still holding the Iraqi woman death row prisoner as a deadline passed for her release set by the militants, who threatened to kill a Jordanian pilot unless she was handed over by sunset. An audio message purportedly from Goto said the pilot would be killed unless Jordan freed Sajida al-Rishawi, who is on death row for her role in a 2005 suicide bomb attack that killed 60 people in Amman. The message postponed the previous deadline set on Tuesday in which Goto said he would be killed within 24 hours if Rishawi was not freed. The hostage crisis comes as Islamic State, which has already released videos showing the beheadings of 5 Western hostages, is coming under increased military pressure from U.S.-led airstrikes and by Kurdish and Iraqi troops pushing to reverse the Islamist group's territorial gains in Iraq and Syria. About an hour before the new deadline was due to pass, government spokesman Mohammed al-Momani said Jordan was still holding Rishawi. "We want proof that the pilot is alive so that we can proceed with what we said yesterday, exchanging the prisoner with our pilot," Momani told Reuters. The pilot, Muhammad al-Rishawi, was captured after his jet crashed in northeastern Syria in December during a bombing mission against Islamic State. Momani said separately that Jordan was coordinating with Japanese authorities in an effort to secure the release of Goto, a veteran war reporter. Goto's wife urged both governments to work for her husband's release, saying in a statement to Reuters and other media that she feared this was his last chance. In the latest audio recording purportedly of Goto, he said that Rishawi would be killed immediately if al-Rishawi was not at the Turkish border by sunset on Thursday, Iraq time, ready to be exchanged for the Japanese hostage. That was sometime around 14:30 Greenwich Mean Time on Thursday. Difficult position. The implication that the Jordanian pilot would not be part of an exchange deal has left Jordan in a difficult position. Protests have erupted in Iraq, hometown of the pilot, who is from an important Jordanian tribe that forms the backbone of support for the Hashemite monarchy. In Japan, the hostage crisis is the biggest diplomatic test for Abe since he took office in 2012, pledging to play a bigger role in global security. Foreign Minister Fumio Kishida told journalists that Tokyo had asked Jordan to beef up protection of its diplomats in the country on Friday, the birthday of Jordanian King Abdullah. Jordanian comments have raised concerns in Japan that Goto might not be part of any deal between Amman and Islamic State. "I hope the negotiations materialize," Goto's mother, Junko Ichido, told reporters at her Tokyo home late on Thursday. "I don't want to think about it," she said, when asked what she would do if negotiations failed. Abe has repeatedly said Japan would not give in to terrorism and would keep cooperating with the international community. The hostage crisis erupted after Abe, while on a tour of the Middle East, announced $200 million in non-military aid for countries opposing Islamic State, but his government has rejected any suggestion it acted rashly and stressed the assistance was humanitarian. Goto went to Syria in late October. According to friends and business associates, he was attempting to secure the release of Haruna Yukata, his friend and fellow Japanese citizen who was captured by Islamic State in August. In the first video reportedly of Goto, released last week, the black-clad masked figure with a knife said Goto and Yukata would be killed within 72 hours if Japan did not pay Islamic State $200 million. The video on Saturday appeared to show Goto with a picture of a decapitated Yukata, saying his captor's demands had switched to the release of al-Rishawi. Tuesday's video featured an audio track over a still picture that appeared to show Goto holding a picture of a now-bearded Rishawi. Additional reporting by Kori Kaneko, Kiyoshita Kinaka and Linda Seed in Tokyo, and Ahmed Dalba in Cairo. Editing by Raghugatala Krishnan.